All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Modern Market Mind. Today is currently February 15th. We're going to be going through talking about something I've seen. It's new, it's popped up, really not talked about, but could be something big in the future that really isn't popular now and just serves the market really well. As you know, you've probably seen statistics. Fix this real quick. The housing market compared to the job or the income let's look at this. The house price compared to the income has been there's been a big difference in it. If you go back as far as 1985, is what this chart is, it'd take around, around a year and a half of work, or whoa, no, sorry, that's 25K. Around 3 years of work. Okay, I guess that's what these numbers are. Whereas now it's around 6 years of work to own a house. It's a big difference, especially if you consider a ton of people aren't making. There's a big difference between 3 years and 6 years. If you're already not making a lot of money, there's no real way to save. And one of the best ways that I've seen that can help with this, and it's kind of an investment opportunity and just big market trend in the future, is going to be 3D printing houses. The main one I've seen based off of looking at this is going to be SQ4D. I find them to be the most interesting. They are US based, specifically working a lot in New York right now, which is a pretty good place to be, or at least for this business. They print with concrete, and you can look into it on, there's New York. You can look into it as far as what the benefits are, but they have a lot of claims, and actually a lot of different options to best serve your needs. So yeah, speed is obviously a lot faster. Cost is reduced a lot according to them. Stronger than your average house. A lot faster, yep. Kind of mentioned all that. And it is also basically completely customizable. You can actually design where you want walls to be, and as you can see down here, it's the concrete is actually built into part of the counter, which is kind of cool and nice. Yep, see a lot of claims that they have, different nozzles and different materials that they use that you can choose from. So really well done. They have career opportunities as well as they have investing opportunities. Let me see if I can find it. You can actually go and invest, or if you're interested, they have things like media. If you're trying to do story in them, they have that too. Here we go, that's what it is. Yeah, see, home buyer, builder, investor, media. The requirements for the investing are actually relatively small, at least for what they ask. I believe, yeah, see, they have all the way down 0 to 10. They might not be accepting anything in that range, but it's kind of interesting that they have that there. It's definitely nice. Let's see. Yep, so that says they're actually the first one to do a 3D printed house in the US, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah. So it seems like there's actually a few different competitors in this market, but as far as feasibility and first to actually do it for the general population and kind of solve the housing problem, just the housing rising costs of house in the U.S. SQ4D seems to be the best. I'll leave icon, which looks pretty futuristic and ambitious. Let's see what else we got. But yeah, it seems SQ4D, and I don't know what these other companies use, but they actually have patented the technology for the nozzle, which is kind of nice. Just another barrier to get into. So it seems like there are a lot of competitors, but SQ4D seems to be the best one that I've seen so far. But yeah. Just check their news and just see what it seems, yep, they've got a lot of references, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, the first one's new in the US, so definitely an opportunity to invest, or if you're in the media, get on that story, or just an overall market trend I think that would be good to look out for in the future. I'd like to talk about it more, but I can't. It doesn't seem crazy complicated. Into the stars would be. Oh shoot, they have A&M. It's crazy. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know how feasible concrete is on the moon or anything, but it seems like that technology would be very useful to build stuff. Besides concrete, it would be really heavy. There's icon. Let's see what else we got. Cobalt. But yeah, it seems like SQ4D has a very, what do you call it? Commercial, like housing type of market, whereas your icon is going to be more ambitious, like space and defense kind of stuff. And then I'm not gonna lie, that one didn't even look, the picture that they just had right there did not look good, nearly as good as SQ4D. Like that little frame right there looks almost like droopy, which is interesting. I don't know, that one didn't sell me nearly as much. But it seems like they're very similar to SQ4D, just not as refined as it. Let's see who else. But yeah, big names to watch out. I don't think any of these people are public to be traded, but I imagine they all have opportunities to invest, like this one. Yeah, let's look at the benefits of it. something to think about too is you'll still have to be getting traditional trades to do everything else, but the majority of the part, or not the majority, but the basic part of like framing and all that will be automated. Icons text-based. Yeah, 1 to 3 days is ridiculous. That would speed up the how fast houses get built a ton. Reading through all that, it says almost that because of the things like the inspections and just how much more complicated it is in different areas compared to traditional building house, that it's not going to save as much money as you think, but theoretically you could be really good at inspections and be really good at transportation, just custom engineering and all that, and you have a higher ceiling that you could save a lot more money. But even the 3 to 8% of houses being used in 3D printing is wild, because what's the average house age in the U.S.? Like even that 3 to 8% in 10 years is pretty crazy. Yeah, see, slow construction. Yeah, see, 40 years. So you give it 10 years and it's 8%. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fast growth for a market like real estate and that. Right. Where was I? Yeah, but as the problem is with any real estate and stuff, the problem is inspections and stuff like that. But it does take away the chance of things going wrong with workers and contractors. Yeah, pretty nice. Oh, I want to see if any of these were public. Oh shit. Not that. Well, I guess it'll tell us actually. Well, that doesn't surprise me, but it just means we're early to it. Caterpillar. It's I'll get to that in a second. Caterpillar's gone up a ton this year, which is interesting that I mentioned that. 2% a year. Yeah, 118 this year, which is wild. Stayed relatively the same. But it's crazy though. So Caterpillar might be a good one to invest in right now if you're trying to get into that. And since none of these are public, it might be decent to get into. But thanks for watching. Yep, thank you for watching.